Time to go live.
We are
Time to get
live with sound.
Hello.
Live
Wow,
with
wow.
cam.
Gets weird now. Greetings, internet.
Episode
Fellas?
32.
It is episode 32 of SupPR LA. We feeling weird, fellas? Are we feeling a little bit weird, moderately weird, significantly weird, or super weird?
I'm feeling stylistically unbalanced.
Okay, that's something.
I'm feeling moderately odd.
Okay, moderately odd.
I'm feeling unnaturally. Oh, I ruined it.
No,
That's the weirdest thing of all. You can't figure out how to sit in for weird.
Gotta build those improv
You were
skills,
awkward.
man.
That was very awkward. Instead of saying awkward,
Oh.
you just acted awkward. So we got it. Good job. I'm feeling superbly unique. So it feels like we're all where we need to be. Hayden, don't worry. You won't need any improv skills for the next 3 hours. It's okay.
If he's rolling like he does, he'll just win through everything.
It'll just be with looks. I look at it.
Lucky ass dice. You need a weird win to do that. Weird win incoming.
Hold on, guys.
That's just session be weird fail.
It'll catch up eventually.
Hey, Chris, you want to tell them about our Weird Wednesday game? Speaking of weird win incoming, because my PC actually was able to do that.
Oh yeah. Got a weird win against Weird Wednesday. Played as a
One of my powers gave me a weird win automatically.
yes with what was it? The meditation one. From psychedelic, right?
Psychedelic thing, or
Yeah, because he was a it was another one of those nights where all the rolls lined up because we roll a random genre and we end up getting kung fu drama.
Kung fu drama. It's fun.
So we talked like that the whole anything we said in character.
All of our characters talk like this.
A badly dubbed film. It was so fun. But we rolled kung fu drama, and then he rolled up a random character like he used to. It's got random powers, and he ended up getting a lot of powers that were perfect for like a monk trained in some kind of like secret temple. So it ended up being a whole chase after an artifact that got stolen by an old childhood friend.
A shadow shroud and mood shroud. I'm like this walking figure with a shadow around me and this mood altering like pheromones around me. It was crazy. Oh, it was fucking. She was a badass.
Also, what was
I played her like
what did your
Anakin
level
style.
end up being? You were rank 4, I think.
I was 4, yeah.
Yeah.
We randomly rolled for level. Yeah, it was fun. I had to track down something stolen from our monastery, and we randomly rolled a character, and we get all her stats because we roll for male female. I played 3 ladies in a row at this point randomly, and yeah, it was wild. I ended up kind of playing her like a Anakin, like she is like super skilled but not disciplined, and very because I rolled that her vice was she was jealous, envious. So like she was on the council, but they didn't give her the rank of master style. They sent her out to do shit like somebody else we might be able to fucking think of that was in that same boat. Like go be our tool and go do the shit that we can't do or don't want to do, but you're not a fucking master. Oh, your mom died, just get over it. That's literally what fucking Yoda told him. Oh, your mom died, just get over it. She's a slave, just forget about her. She's a slave, we should just fucking forget about her. To a kid. They did him wrong. They did him wrong. Both Obi-Wan and Yoda did him wrong. If Qui-Gon had stayed alive, it would have gone totally differently. Yep, because Qui-Gon knew how to teach.
I get it, man. I hate sand too. It's coarse and it gets everywhere.
I seriously, as a teacher, I have real issues with Yoda not adapting his teaching style to match his students. Same thing with fucking Obi-Wan. They're just like, hey, just fucking get over it, kid. Nah, Qui-Gon actually like talked with him and gave him time and shit. Dude, we could go on about this. As you can tell, I have serious feelings about this situation. As an educator, you can't do that. You can't do that. All right. We're not here for Star Wars, though. Or maybe we are. You never know when you're going to jump through a portal and end up in a different universe when you're in Super Weird. So we'll see what happens, though. It is episode 32. And, oh, wait, hold on. Y'all hear that? So I hear a little bit of a, is that music? Wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow, chicka gets weird now. Wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow, chicka gets weird now. All around the multiverse, people are gathering around their viewing devices, be they holographic, be they old school, tuning in for this week's episode of SupPR LA, episode 32. As the theme music begins to play and you've got children running in from other rooms, SupPR's coming on. People, grabbing their different munchies, sitting down on their couches or floating by, depending on which type of people we're talking about. As throughout the multiverse, we hear wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow, chicka gets weird now. Wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow, chicka gets weird now. Narrator pipes in. All right, Sweirdos, Super Sunday has arrived. So grab your cows and capes. It's time to get super weird. Montage of various scenes from previous episodes of SupPR LA flash by as our music continues to play. Wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow, chicka gets weird now. In the first scene, we see Brock, Threadline, and Hugh logging into a simulation, finding themselves in a giant insect nest as a holographic timer begins ticking in the sky. They've entered the combat simulation in the super room. In the next scene, three hostages are held tightly in stockades formed from wax of this nest. Armin and Isabella are coming out for help, barrel to barrel struggling against his bounds until Threadline expertly slices through the illusion, revealing the single hostage, Armin, and the hostile superbot, which the team makes short work of. In the next scene, Armin's being zapped from behind by a mech wasp drone as the team attempts to rush from the first chamber into the next one. In the next scene, the SupPR agents, three of them, and Armin are floating within a hive chamber. Isabella Vargas held hostage, encapsulated by a bubble in the ceiling, where a menacing superbot stands guard. Brock, Threadline, and Hugh in the next scene are destroying the superbot with some super teamwork. Before Threadline shoots Isabella down out of the bubble, Hugh catches her with a bit of a cracking and a whip in the face. In the next scene, five characters, our three SupPR agents and their two rescued hostages, are charging into the third and final room of the simulation, where a two-faced, elemental, chaos-inducing superbot has encased Virtual Barrel the bear in a rocky prison. In the next scene, Brock, Threadline, and Hugh are working together to take out the elemental superbot, smashing through the rock, imprisoning the bear, and blocking the exits. In the final room in our next scene, the three hostages suddenly form together, becoming this giant bomb. 30-second timer begins ticking, and there's a puzzle that needs to be solved. In the next scene, our three SupPR agents are quickly attempting to solve this puzzle. They're dismantling these bombs, completing the simulation as they rush through the three exits with all three hostages, two with minor injuries, and the timer ticks to its final tick, 163 seconds. In the final scene of our montage, Brock, Threadline, and Hugh are huddled together in an alley, now back in the real world of Earth S, whispering together as we hear the name of a new super team, the Chroma Vigilantes, Chroma V. Wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow, chicka gets weird now. Wow, 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 chicka gets weird now. Music begins to die down. Welcome back to SupPR LA, a super weird studios production. This episode of SupPR LA brought to you by Moonglow Cloaks. Don the Glow. The logo spins in, showing a surreal style, depicting a shining cocoon trailing off into starburst over the slogan for Moonglow Cloaks. Then the logo spins out, replaced by a live camera feed. As the episode begins, the camera shows the small conference room of the SupPR LA offices. High-tech hollow panels line the walls, displaying various live feeds and business data, except for the western wall, which is lined with clear panels overlooking the choppy waves of the Pacific Ocean. The mid-afternoon sky darkened with rain clouds, quilting the city in bursts of thunderstorms. The flashes of lightning, adding bursts of natural light to the fluorescent white glow that illuminates this room, and our three SupPR team members. Supervisor Carvine Capri, Flash Onyx the magical cat, along with agents Gene Loci and Grant Hill, who are preparing to dive into their scheduled combat simulation. Carvine, Gene, and Grant, the world is yours.
I'm very excited, but I do have some gifts for us. Gene is going to start this off by using his weird power, weird chip. I can create 3 chips a day that I can give to other people that carry within them a power or a feature. I am going to, Gene passes to each one of you looks like a jar with a cork on it, but inside you see a moving, almost like someone shoved a squid or something, like an eye momentarily preaches up against the glass, and a mouth goes up, but the creature inside seems almost amorphous as it's trying to break out of the bottle. If you're in trouble, simply break the cork. It'll be a little awkward. This creature will surround your body and cover it like a tight suit, but it will offer some protection if needed, should we need it. When y'all decide to use that, it's going to be living armor.
Right. Will you post both those in there for us?
Absolutely.
In the Twitch chat?
Grant
Very good, Gene.
hesitantly takes the ball because the last weird container that supposedly came from Gene sucked him inside a mansion and had him turned into an ant farm for like a week, so he may be a little bit hesitant to open that when the time comes.
You can give me an insight roll.
Just gotta double check if I have. Remember to put your rolls in the chat. That's 11.
Is Gene being honest here, brother?
Sorry, it's taking a minute to copy and paste the information. Yes, Gene is absolutely being honest.
It's all good. As far as you can tell, it's probably legitimate. You do realize that the last object wasn't handed to you directly from Gene, so yeah, probably still some trepidation, but it doesn't seem to be setting you up.
I hope you'll be okay with being our frontliner for this mission.
No problem. One sec.
Gene, do you normally attack from long range or short range?
I prefer to hang in the back. Best with
Grant, how'd you
shields
use
in
the
front
pad?
of me.
I like to get right up in the action.
All right. I also like to hang back, so I'll attempt to support you, kind of go in and out of the fight.
It's all right. Just make sure the hostages are safe. I'm pretty sure we get graded on how well those do.
That is our number one priority, is the hostages. So let's try to. I'm not sure if we could beat the other team in speed, but let's for sure try to make sure our hostages get no damage.
If that is a factor, I suggest saving these little jars for if our hostage might need them.
So this is interesting. So technically, brother, the way this power would work is whoever has the power would be able to cover another creature. So if you have living armor as a power, you can become living armor for another creature.
Oh, okay. I figured we could
So
reflavor it, but if we want to stick to it, then instead of
we
living
can
armor, I
we
was
can
going to do
reflavor it.
regeneration. That was the choices.
Yeah, we can reflavor it in that if you want it to work as a weird power where it's almost like the creature in the container has the power and it becomes a living armor, that's fine. But I just want to make sure you're aware that if anybody
Yes.
has living armor power, you actually become the living armor. I don't know if you ever watched. I know Chris has Adventure Time, where
Jake.
Jake becomes a suit for Finn. And Finn's like
I
jumping
do
in
have to know
volcanoes
that
and
one.
shit. Like, yeah, that's living armor. That's what living armor. Yeah, or like Venom. Like a Venom
That was the
symbiote.
example I was waiting for. When you're like, I don't know if any of y'all were like, I was like, oh, he's gonna bring up Venom. Watch Adventure Time. Oh, I guess not.
But it's a little more wacky, right? But yeah, Venom. So it can work. It's fine if it works away. Now, if you were looking for something that did the same thing, brother, that worked as it's written, you would want to do like what's it called? The one where you've got rough hide,
Yeah.
which would be like they're hard skinned, so they basically have
I mean,
damage reduction.
I'm up for either one. Just the first one that came to
I like
mind
living armor.
was fluid because I put it in a bottle, just kind of break it out.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool the way you're flavoring it. So it'll end up being basically the same thing, anyways. So just wanted to make sure you are aware of that.
Cool.
Yep. The World Jurors, y'all basically have a few minutes before you are to log into the simulation. So, World Jurors, that y'all are getting ready for this action.
Gene's like nervously.
Grant is going to attempt to suit up before we go into the simulation because he doesn't know if we get graded on whether or not we're actually suited up during the hostage situation or not, but better safe than sorry.
Oh, good idea, Mr. Grant. Gina do the same thing. So Gene just kind of puffs with smoke, and now there's a guy in a green like wizard's outfit with his face obscured by a large brimmed hat. Excellent.
Give us a visual. Don't just tell us I suit up. What do you think we're here for, man? Paint us a picture, brother.
So the rubber mask that Grant is wearing just disappears, but it appears as though the ants that are covering his body, quote unquote, just go completely over his face, all over the hands and whatnot. So he just looks like a vaguely humanoid shaped mass of ants with some gauntlets.
Of course. 1 million ants.
Mhm.
Alrighty, Carvine will also suit up, and I think this is the first time he's suited up in this campaign.
Ooh.
So before he
Just that
actually suits up,
catgirl ears. Just catgirl ears, that's it. Done.
Carbine's just
he
gonna do a magical girl transformation.
Spins around in his chair.
Tell us. We're stealing your thunder. We're excited. What really happened?
Yeah, so first Carvine switches from his like human form to the Oni form, and then as he like does the suit up, the cat fur changes into dog fur, and he changes it to like a brown dog with like a Doctor Strange cape. I don't
Are you
know if any of you guys
serious?
watched it, Invincible.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so basically switching from a cat to a dog.
That that wasn't what I was expecting, Carvine. I'm a little surprised.
Man, me
Weird, I
neither.
know.
Awesome. Oh, y'all take a super point for your fucking super hero transformations. I love them. Turning into a fucking dog. Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that. That's a good one way to throw people off, right?
Looks like a humanoid dog.
It can't be that cat person. It's a dog. It clearly can't be Carbine or Oni. Uh,
It's the perfect disguise.
yeah, no way. At first, I thought it might be that cat person, but it's a dog, so there's no way. All right. You're ticking down. You're within the last few minutes here of your scheduled combat sim time.
Oh, before we hop in, Mr. Carvine, if you don't mind, after we do this, I do have a question I want to ask you. The topic of black cats came up recently, and I wanted to run it by you.
Although I'll need to check my schedule to see when exactly I'm open, because I have a few meetings scheduled.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. In that case, I'm just ready to get into the simulation.
Well, let's do our best.
Okay. All right. Y'all give me some rolls. Give me an insight roll for Gene. And I imagine Carbine slash Oni, y'all are trying to hide the fact that uh, this is concerning. I imagine that they want to ask you about Black Cat stuff. Is Carbine and Oni, are they concerned by this upcoming conversation? You tell me.
7.
I'd say probably. I would say probably.
A little surprised at least. All right. So give me a roll to see if you can kind of. Are you going to try to hide your surprise or concern?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll get my poker face going.
I don't want to assume anything. Chris, that reminds me. I want to hear your takeaways from that book you read because player agency is so important to what we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want to just hear your main takeaways. I probably won't have time to read it anytime soon. But I do want to make sure I'm not assuming things for the players. As I got a 7 for Gene, I'm seeing in Twitch. What we get for Carboni?
I got with the super point to re-roll. I got a nasty 1.
Cool.
Filthy, nasty, stanky one. Re-rolling. He re-rolled on you. So as you say that, Carbon doesn't seem phased at all. Seems like taking it in stride and doesn't seem like took them by surprise or that they're concerned at all.
That's actually as Gene expected. Gene doesn't think there's anything weird going on here. He just thinks it's odd that after talking to Cav, everyone had stories about a black cat. With the but they hadn't talking to the black cat that manages them. So
Yeah, certainly. All right. You see a timer ticking down. You're within the last minute of your scheduled time to join the simulation, which seems to it's being compiled. So you see percentages. It's at like 95% compilation, and you can expect an invite into the simulation within a minute.
Gene's still just quiet but nervously tapping his feet. He's actually pretty excited for this. I'm anxious. You know, it's a simulation, but we can't actually die. You know, it's a good way to test. Good way to test. It's safer than, you know, things we've encountered before. Giant alien insects and opening portals in the ground.
The pain will be real. I decided it'd be better to add that feature in.
Pain is not a problem.
30 seconds.
Death,
Compiling's at like 98%.
death, though. Death is something to fear. That infinite void, we don't know what's after that. Could be anything.
In cases, yes.
Compiling 99%.
Grant is just right up against the door, ready to rush in.
These
So
loading
it's a
screens are the
matter of
worst.
it's a matter of popping up on their hollow as it goes from 99 to 100%. It changes from this yellow to this green, and there's an inner simulation option now as simulation ready. Combat simulation number 2, inner when ready. And you intentionally were not provided with any information from the earlier team, as each team is going in blind
Yes.
here, so you're not debriefed. So I see that both Gene eagerly have accepted to join, and Grant as well. Carbine taking up the rear, I imagine, kind of gets ready, and as the three of you find yourselves, it's this odd sensation where you go from feeling the temperature and the vibrations of the room around you to not having those corporeal feelings, but you feel like you're buzzing as your body, your presence itself is transformed into pure energy, and you find yourselves flowing along. It's in a flash, and then as you rematerialize within this digital space, which at first just looks like a grid. Imagine like the empty holodeck on Star Trek, where it's just a black grid, like orange lines that are glowing around you in this like infinite space as you arrive, and you see that your bodies look exactly as they did in the real world as you rematerialize, and you can actually feel, but it's a different type of feeling. It's uh, more of like a buzzing or a shocking kind of feel when you touch things in yourself that increases with pressure because you are in a more digital form now, but it's obviously being wired directly into your nervous system itself. As you look around, let's have some rolls as we're going to decide what you see. And we're going to decide who you see and how you see. So, start with you, brother Chris. Give me a D10, and I'm going to half that, and we're going to determine your setting. And then, Caden, give me a D10 even odd. And then Silas, going to give me a D10 even odd as well. Pop those into Twitch for me. That would be very helpful.
Half roll up or half rounding down?
It's always half round up. If you did half round down, the math wouldn't work out.
That's a 4 for Chris.
Okay. uh, huh. Not the one I was hoping for, but we'll make it work. I don't want to fudge it. If it was, here, I'll let y'all make the call. If it was a little bit similar to the setting from last time, would y'all rather him re-roll or just go with it and flavor it differently?
Me personally, I'd rather re-roll.
I would too.
I'd like to keep them fresh.
Okay, let's re-roll yours, brother Chris.
I'm going to roll again because I got the same thing, another 4.
Sound if it happens one more time, we'll go with it because that's what the dice wants.
5.
Okay, that's the one I was hoping for. Yay! Yes, very different one. All right. Okay, so that was that, and then for Caden, you rolled odd. Okay, that's gonna be, and then Silas, you rolled odd as well. We're all odd.
Odd is good and super
So
weird. Never forget.
odd is
Naturally awkward.
good. Perpetually awkward. Hell yeah, that's there. You finally thought of it. Only took you half an hour.
Half an hour.
30 minutes in. 30 minutes in, and we're on the same page.
I remember that thing that happened half an hour ago. I thought of something for it. It's like in the shower after the game.
Like when you get in an argument with somebody and you think of the perfect comeback like a day later. Like, oh man, shit.
It's always in the shower for me. I'm like, oh fuck
Happens
yeah.
so often.
Like that was it. That was it. I gotta let him know. All right. So the first thing that happens is that this infinite space around you actually shrinks down and becomes cuboid. So you find yourself in a cuboid / square shaped room. That was what Silas rolled to determine. Out of this grid, this digital grid, it begins to solidify. We'll say that y'all find yourselves kind of at the bottom left corner, so the southwest corner coming in of this room. I'll put it on the map here in a moment. But it solidifies and it extends up as what you find yourself standing on is a relatively small floating square island amongst a sea of wispy clouded uh, purple sky. And you are standing on a floating small island that's got blue, like moss covered grasses, and it's square shaped. and you can see a collection of other islands that are floating around you at various distances. Some as close as 20 feet away, some as far off, so far off you can barely see them. Some above you, some below you. As this infinite sea of square islands begins to extend around you, you do see about 30 feet away below you that on one of these blue moss covered floating islands, which again, think like upside down iceberg. So they've got the grasses on the top and then they come down like the earth beneath them and they come down to a tip and they're just floating different sizes, all square shaped, different distances around. On the one below you where it looks like it's maybe about 100 feet by 100 feet square island. In the center, you see something. I need each of you to roll a D100. And then if you'll pop those into uh yes, not Discord, but Twitch. We got too many programs.
I
I've
was
got
I was thinking
Hello,
Skyblock
Twitch.
too. So
All right, I'm gonna roll to modify. I'm gonna let y'all have some just RP as you're kind of standing around. You see a digital timer begin to tick. 1, 2, 3,
Oh, it looks like
and
it started.
I'm not gonna have this count against you, but as you jump in, you'll have a moment. So the world is yours. As it's kind of hard to make out exactly what is on the island, as it's still kind of materializing around you. That's what we'll say. Things are still kind of being built, and the timer itself, we'll say it hasn't really started ticking yet, but it's actually itself being formed. So you'll have a moment where y'all could chat as it's finishing building the program around you.
this is really impressive. I mean, I was expecting something, but this. And that island really looks like it's way out there, but we're still in the conference room. This is beyond virtual.
I don't suppose you know how to get to the other islands.
I can't fly.
Hmm.
You can teleport.
I probably got a gizmo that can help me fly.
Or we could teleport. One of
Wait,
my one of my powers.
that makes things significantly easier.
Ooh,
It does.
interesting.
Although I'm not seeing any enemies. So they must be in hiding.
As continuing to materialize, you realize that everything's not there yet, so you probably just have to wait a moment for the system to go ahead and finish building the bot and the hostage.
He's
Weird
loading.
that it's still lagging, even though we had a loading screen just moments before. You'd think this would have been covered by the loading screen.
Maybe something's dragging the bandwidth. That kid, Ted. Maybe he's playing one of his online games. Or downloading something on the company Wi-Fi.
I've
As
already
you,
talked to him
Yeah,
about it
Ted.
multiple times. So probably not.
awesome.
It reminds me of in my younger days, I had a game station, and back then, anytime you went from one zone to another in any game, it would take a while for it to load. Enough to where I kept a comic book or two next to me to read between levels.
That's real life stuff right there.
Calling back to the 90s.
yeah. So you do see that on the Go Strat app that this is intentional in that once y'all are in, it's actually randomly generating the challenges around you, and some of it's going to be based off of the actual individuals that have entered the game. So this is meant to be a loading situation that is expected and necessary. Oh, Okay. All right. So what you do see on the island is, first of all, a cloud forms as the island below you forms, where you see now a bot-like figure that is standing with their arms crossed, and you have a struggling and bound, we'll say, strapped to a uh, what looks like a weather vane that's been stuck into the island, and this figure is strapped and chained to it, arms behind the back, and struggling. And it is, as it begins to materialize, and y'all see this is again about 30 foot down and just off to the side a little bit from where you are floating, is Natalie Antonova. Fuck. Yeah. Get me out of here, you piece of shit. Just wait till I get out of here. I don't know how they got the jump on me. Help. As you see her fiddle and touch her super band, which is the sign to call for help from her agents. At this point, as everything is solidified for you, the clock begins ticking. I need initiative rolls. Gets weird. Gets weird. The battle music begins to play in the background. 17, 11, and 8.
Yay!
All right. First team person to act is going to be Carbones, followed by Sergine, and then Silence with Grant Hill. You're up. Clock's ticking. 1 second.
Okay.
2, 3.
Heck yeah. I'll teleport us all to that island with my quick action, as long as it's in medium range.
Pretty handy. Oh, it's 30 feet away. Medium range is 100 feet.
Hell yeah.
Oh heck yeah! I want to teleport us right to Natalie then if I can.
And now that gets weird. Well, how's it look? What paint us a picture as you grab a hold of the other two? What do we see as you teleport down to the island?
Yeah, I do like the Doctor Strange thing with opening the portal in my dog outfit, and I just kind of motion after you guys.
Things you only say when playing TTRPGs.
All right.
So it's
Uh, give me that one more time. I was distracted.
yeah.
Clip it,
So
clip it.
in front of him, and orange sparks kind of make a circle forming the portal, showing Natalie on the other side. And Carver just kind of motions to the others. Go on through.
All right. So as you uh, pull them through with you, you appear down on the island now. As you find yourself standing next to a bound against a weather vane net, and you have the bot whose arms crossed and waiting. Our super bots, by the way, are, just to give us a description, are very nondescript. To give a description, they're nondescript. They're humanoid, and they're like 5'10", and they don't have facial features. They have visors. They are metallic in color, so like mercury. Until they have, you've seen them kind of change in different forms and do different things with their appearance, but a very nondescript, just humanoid figure. You know, arms, legs, fingers, toes, but no specific defining features, as they all look the same until they don't. As you find yourself standing right there, The bot itself is standing guard over the bound Natalie. Carbine, what else for your turn?
Can I upscale a quick action into a standard action?
Yeah.
Okay, then I would use my standard action to learn one chosen piece of information about a creature within long range. Now I want to know the bot's powers.
Bro.
Oh, will you post that ability for us
Yeah.
so we can all see how it reads?
I forgot Corbine basically became Batman.
Carbine's fucking stepping it up, man.
Computer.
Majorly compared to fucking previously.
Computer. What powers this guy got?
Okay.
The way you speak has changed so drastically, Carbine. Is that part of the dog
And one
costume?
thing- Okay. So I might need to update this a little bit. We'll keep it how it is this time. But I'm thinking it might be more balanced if because there's no limit on how many times you can do this. It might be more balanced if it said one of their powers rather than get to know all their powers. So that feels like a fair rule update. I won't do it now to you to ruin your plan here. But how do you channel this?
Uh, it's really like me just like focusing in on on my opponent and just trying to like pick up any like slight details I can that maybe like people would normally miss. So it just comes from like being like a businessman and like reading people almost.
Okay. So you've got this supernatural ability that you've developed, uh, certainly tied to your mystical connection with the cat, where you go beyond just simple observation into the supernatural ability to really measure, take measure of people. So as you take measure of this bot and go full analysis mode, you, interestingly enough, find that this bot has the ability to project their presence out of their form, their digital presence out of their form. So they have astral projection. They can project their spirit. They also apparently, as you might have gathered already, have the ability to manipulate the weather, as they have Weather Master local weather as one of their powers. And they can fight. Martial artist, unarmed master.
Okay. Yeah, with my free action, I'll just relay that information. Um, they are controlling the weather. It seems they can go outside of their bodies with their digital code, and then be wary if you get close to them. They seem trained in martial arts.
Tell all that from looking at it.
Yeah, so if you look at their like left ankle, it's like in slightly levitated, showing like some type of martial arts training,
Oh, a boxer
ready
pose.
for a quick counter.
I wouldn't have even noticed. Gene like
And that will be my
lifts
turn.
his glasses.
Cool to know.
Yeah, I would say that's good to know. Anything else for Carboni's turn?
That's my action economy.
All right. Yeah, well used, man. Take a super point. That was pretty fucking impressive. As we roll in initiative to Gene.
All right. And just to clarify, we haven't gone through the portal yet, or are we already on the island?
He can teleport
It was
you, so he
portal.
took you with him. So
Okay.
all three of y'all are on the island, right next to the bot and Nat.
Gene keeps his eyes on the bot, moves over to Natalie slowly. I'm going to wait to untie her. He gets his hands ready to untie her, But he's going to wait until someone else is ready to cover him if the bot reacts. If the bot does anything, do something. So I guess I'm gonna hold an untie action for the rest of the round.
Okay. So you didn't need to use any movement or anything, so you can definitely hold your action because you didn't take part of your turn. Free action's fine to call something out. You can still have your hold your turn. So as you're holding specifically for
Grant, let me know when you're ready. Basically, I'm holding until Grant can take an action, so that if the
it gives
bot
you the go.
acts,
Okay.
then yeah.
So Grant, you've been asked to give him the go to untie whenever you do whatever you're going to do as it comes to your turn. Grant.
All right, Jane, get ready. And how close are we to the bot? Like a short or immediate distance away?
He said that he teleported y'all right next to where Nat is, so all y'all are within immediate distance of Nat and the bot and each other.
Yeah. You know what Grant's about to do? I'm just gonna post this feature in chat.
Grant becomes swarm.
Yeah, Grant is going to attempt to swarm the bot.
Okay. That body check. Body moving. Body moving. Just got to beat a 14, man. I rolled shit.
Well, that's a dirty one, so
Hey.
It's going to be 2 hit points, 2 mental points, blinded, deafened, and silence as
Fudge.
you'll watch the swarm of ants just cover this bot who's standing, and it begins like convulsing and moving in this like arrhythmic movement as trying to get these ants that are like crawling inside of it and like doing damage to his circuitry and shit. Uh, yeah.
Gene starts untying Nat.
Okay. Give me a body check as you see that uh, it is tied very, very securely with, we'll say, some like heavy hempen twine.
Spent a super point to re-roll. Got an 11.
Okay, it's going to be rough. This bot clearly had tight strength. This is a simulation, so it's tied even tighter than you would expect on a person. If this was, you can actually see, we'll say, because this is meant to be a realistic simulation. You see, Nat's hands are starting to turn a little purple. It's tied so tight that she's stuck, and you don't make much progress.
the
Go ahead.
sorry, I can't talk today. The swarming was just a standard action, so can I use my bonus action to drop the knife that's in my inventory so Gene can have an easier time cutting the restraints?
You are a swarm of ants. A swarm of ants is not going to be able to drop a inventory item.
I'll say
Eh,
I'll
okay.
say you can abandon that thought as when Gene realizes that he can't untie the knot. He goes, I wish I had something sharp, and then looks at the cane that he carries with him, a cane sword that he carries with him. Shit.
In fact, Silas, that's going to in the future be a full round action to swarm, because it doesn't make sense that you can swarm and then do something else when you're not a figure anymore. When you're a mass of shit. So in the
It
future,
makes
it will
sense
be.
to walk up to them and then swarm because full round takes your movement too. So
Well, so instead of relying on this, which you do so often, you're also going to have to be a little more creative and make sure you're within range of them before you try to swarm them, and maybe try some other things too, along with swarming every time. Yeah, let me go ahead and make my note for that. Words
all
action.
right, I'll change that on the character sheet that it's a full round action.
And that's going to be your analysis, which was your which power was that, Caden?
Analytical mind.
Analytical mind. Learn 1 power. Now, if it was like once per short rest, I would say, yeah, you can learn all the powers. You can literally do that every turn with your quick action. You can learn all their powers within the turns. So that's exactly why we're doing this, y'all, is to keep shit balanced. And then, of course, when I use these powers, I'll be following the same rules too. And y'all probably don't want me to have a horde form that can do a bunch of other shit and then swarm you, or an analytical mind opponent that can learn all your powers in one turn. So this is going to help y'all as well. Yeah, exactly. Just think about it that way. Anytime I adjust something, I'm not just changing it for you. All right. So, still, dude, you've incapacitated one target completely with that move. So that's pretty fucking OP. As Gene, you do find that it is a bit of a struggle, at least without an object, without something to help you to get this heavy hempen twine undone. So that'll bring us then to the bot's turn. As the bot goes from doing this to walking up and grabbing around Nat. And then you see the bot relax almost as you see an ephemeral version of it float out of its body and begin floating above you. It has created this barrier with its body that's holding and binding Nat to the pole. And then it's floated its ephemeral digital self out of its body via astral projection. Carbine. That's badass. Imagine watching this happen.
All right. So on Carbine's turn, um, my teleporting feature lets me bring along a number of creatures equal to rank +1, but it also can be done against unwilling creatures with a mind roll off. So I would like to try to bring the bot's body with me to like the edge of the platform.
So I would say the bot's body is not considered a creature anymore. It's considered an object, but that's not going to stop you from being able to do this. I'm not going to say that in this case, object and creature can be interchangeable. So yeah, it's actually going to be unopposed because the consciousness is not in. That would be like teleporting away a stockade at this point. So feel free as you
Okay,
walk
yeah.
up, grab the bot, and you teleport to where with this bot that's just a shell.
I want to go to the edge of the little island we're on
All right.
with my quick action, and then I'd love to just shove the body off the edge.
Boop.
The body that's still holding Nat, or
No, he didn't
what?
teleport Nat. He just teleported the body.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
He removed the robot from the equation.
Okay.
The robot's body shell. So as it goes tumbling down, you just see it fall, hit the edge of another island that's like 75, 80 feet down, and then bounce off and fall and continue falling until you can't see it anymore.
I spend the rest of my turn watching where it's going.
Well done,
Yeah, it's just
Carbine.
and falls. At this
Rest is
point,
up to
the
you all.
ephemeral, like glowing blue version of the bot is like standing over. Still hasn't really had any kind of reaction. As anything else for your turn, Carbine?
Nope. All with the fellas.
Well done, Gene. You're up.
Gene's going to use his cane blade that he should have done in the first place to cut free the bindings on Nat. Now, I do have a skill in cane blade, so we'll get to try out this new advantage rule.
Oh, brother, if you're skilled in it, that just means you don't have disadvantage. If you're skilled in the weapon. Yeah. Yeah. Because you know how to use it.
In that case, 15.
Yeah. So the idea, y'all, is if you've never used something before, you're going to be shitty at it. But if you're skilled in it, you're going to be able to use it as you should be able to use it, which is to give you normal roll. Now, there are some abilities and skills where you can get advantage. Like if you get Weapon Master, there
Okay,
are ways that you
that's
can
what
have
I was thinking
advantage
of.
with weapon.
I don't need
I
help
like
on the.
Weapon
I
Master.
don't need help on this Nox, guys. It's way stronger than I expected.
So when we have
You can make some
skills in
progress.
like perception and investigation, are those just immune to disadvantage, or do we actually get advantage when rolling them?
Nothing's immune to advantage and disadvantage. Why would it be? I don't understand your question.
You said if we have a skill in something, we don't get advantage. We just don't get disadvantage.
Specific for weapons.
Okay.
Specific for weapons. Yeah, weapon skills are different. Weapon skills just give you the ability to use that weapon effectively.
Alright.
And then if you have a skill in deception or something, then you have advantage. I could see how that could be confusing. But what do y'all think? I don't think you should be able to use a weapon that you've never used before and have a straight roll.
Yeah, that
So do
makes
we
sense.
need
I was
that
just
3
making sure
level?
that it was this. I was just making sure I understood the personal
Yeah.
skills
Well, it's a good
correctly.
question, and I'm saying weapons work different than the others, and that might not be a good thing. It might confuse people because most things, if you're skilled in, you get advantage. But if you're skilled with a weapon, that just gives you the ability to use it. So do we want
Maybe
to
have like
control?
weapon skills and personal skills as different sections on the character sheet, or
I feel like that's that's an unnecessary add. I mean, it's almost like we're using the word skill and proficiency from other games. We combined them into one. Um,
Training versus mastery?
I
And it was more complicated earlier. There were 2 levels. Like you could be trained, which means that you just get a straight roll, or you could be mastered, which means that you get advantage.
Should weapon, like, instead of it being like a skill, should it be like a knowledge area?
I don't think that. I
Because
don't.
you like have knowledge.
It'd be the same issue.
No.
Yeah, I don't think that
Be the
would
same
fix. I don't think that would fix the problem. Because I agree. I agree with GM Corey that for certain, if you pick up a weapon you've never used before, you're not going to be good at it. I mean, if I grabbed a sword right now, I would not be effective. As much as I would love to think I would be.
But then if we make skilled advantage, then the only 2 situations are disadvantage or advantage, and that doesn't really make sense either to me.
Yeah, it's very
I guess
asymmetric. It's asymmetric at that point.
there's no in between, right?
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not arguing making weapon skills with advantage. I was just making sure that
I know
there's
Silas,
weapons and personal
but
skills in the skill section. And I was just making sure I understood that both are
yeah,
operating
right.
the
We
way I
got
thought they
that.
were.
But what I'm saying is that's leading into a conversation that's a good conversation to have.
Yeah.
So I understand why you're asking what you're asking, Silas. We're good on that, brother. What we're getting at here is, do we want to change it? So do we have, like maybe you mentioned Silas, we have skills and then we have weapon skills just as a separate section on the or weapon training?
That might be. That
Yeah, that'd
might
probably be.
might be the only way to
Have
do
it
it. Really.
so have skills separate from weapons. So have weapon training, and you can be trained in 2 weapons. Like we can say, starting off, you can be trained in 2 weapons, and then you can gain a weapon training each level, just like you gain a skill and a knowledge each level.
I like that. Admittedly, my gut reaction was to say no to that because I think having another weapon skill per level or per rank would be too much. But it's a superhero game. It makes sense that by level 4, your superhero should be able to be skilled in sword, shield, nunchuck, whatever their theming is.
You also
Um,
don't have to take it, right? So it'd be
right.
like you can have up to 5 trained weapons, but if your character doesn't use weapons, you don't have to,
Yeah,
right?
I
You
like
could frame
that.
it that way.
So I think we go with Silas's suggestion. We add a whole other grouping for weapon
No,
weapon proficiencies, I guess.
no computer. Don't blue screen me.
Uh-oh.
Eh.
No.
Might be good. Everything just okay. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I'm glad you asked that question, Silas, because that's the kind of shit we need to talk about. So I'm going to go ahead and let's say that I'm going to separate out skills and weapon skills, because weapons are different, and the ones that, but we still have this situation where if you've never used a weapon, you got to have disadvantage, right?
Mhm.
So if you're trained in a weapon, that's just a straight roll,
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I think that's the best
and
way.
then
That's the
Might
best way to do it because I do want to preserve that idea of if you're picking up a gun for the first time, you're not good at it. I really stand behind that.
okay, because if you really want to have advantage with a certain weapon, which being able to have advantage every time you attack a weapon's OP, so you would take the weapon master, weaponry expert feature, which you choose one favored weapon per rank, and you get advantage on attacks with those favored weapons.
Yeah, it makes more sense. I like that.
Okay,
That feels more comfortable. Feels solid.
all right. That's going to actually cause me to have to change a bunch of other shit
Yeah,
because I'm changing that.
anything to deal with
Yeah,
weapons.
I mean, yeah, yeah. So update weapon rules. So training. uh, All right. All right. So I made a note. So, my shit didn't crash, thankfully. So we were at Carvine. You dropped the bot down, the body of the bot. It was teleported away. It was acting as this cage, this in prison around the hostage you're going to rescue. So you teleported away, dropped it down, disappeared down into the void of this digital Sky Island space. We are Gene. You attempted to cut away at the threat. I'll give you two attempts since that's all you're doing. Uh, and we could say that action, quick action, basically attack, because you are mastered with this.
Even worse.
Damn it. So
Yeah,
it's just tough. It's as tough as you're going to cut away. You're making some progress, but you're like, this is going to take forever. And as you glance up, Gene, you see 15, 16. You see the digital clock continue to tick.
help, guys. One of you at least, please.
Grant, it's your turn.
Um, Grant is just gonna continue swarming the body's been swarming.
Okay. Dead body's not there anymore. It has been
Oh.
dropped over the edge, as was narrated and explained by
Oh,
Caden.
I thought that was like a separate bot
Carbine.
that came up from behind. Okay.
So let me explain to you what happened, Silas, since you're not clear. There was one bot, always only been one bot. You swarmed it. Its digital spirit came out of its body after its body wrapped around that. So your horde was around the body. So when, fellas, Carvine dropped the body over the edge, there was a swarm of ants on the body because nobody said anything differently. And it wasn't Grant's turn again, so he wasn't able to stop swarming. So I think we kind of missed a little piece of information there where you picked up a body that was swarming with ants and dropped it over the edge of the islands. I would say we could backtrack and say, Grant, stop, but it wasn't your turn, Grant, so there wouldn't have really been anything that you would have been able to do. So as it comes to your turn, Grant, you find yourself plummeting. We'll say it's about the time it falls about 60 feet and it hits the edge of another island. Give me a roll body check to see if you can transfer onto that island before it bounces off and continues falling further.
You said body check.
That's why, folks, I'm just going to let y'all know. If y'all aren't very clear on exactly what's happening, ask me, because it's very important to know exactly what's going on because it's going to affect what happens, right? Yes, a body check. This
Oh,
is
I
like a
completely
deck save.
forgot.
Eh,
This is a deck save.
that's a 3.
Okay. As you find yourself falling, wrapped around this now body that has this no more digital consciousness. It slams into the ground, and you're able to quickly scatter as a mass and cling. As it falls further, it actually, more of your ants are actually crawling off onto this mass, which is acting as a ladder. As it falls away, you're able to grasp onto this island. And as you gather yourself, you realize that you're about 60 feet down away from the others.
Mate, what the fuck?
Carbine, you said you were looking down. You see Grant materialize and then look up at you and call out.
Good job, Grant.
You got a way to get me back up there, or you just expected me to stay down here?
Where'd
I'll
Grant
get you in
go?
a second.
There were a bunch of ants here a minute ago.
Sorry, what'd you say, Caden?
We'll get you in a minute.
I love that you're doing this, but your super bands are on your arm. For some reason, you're doing this. All right. I mean, I guess I could be talking about. All right. Yeah. There's nothing in your ear. Just seen that in the
Just like,
movies.
have it.
All right, Grant, you got used to your turn, buddy.
Grant is going to look around and see if there's any way up off the island, because I remember. Oh no, wait. Caden's got a medium distance. He's still going to look around the island, see if there's any other hostages around that he needs to be concerned
Situational
with.
analysis. So give me a body and a mind, please.
All right.
That's what she said. Give me a body and a mind.
Investigation and perception.
Ace.
Body and mind, yeah. Investigation, perception.
Because I got advantage in both. All right, so
Oh, nice. Wow, that's clutch for situational analysis. Having an advantage in both those.
body 2,
Uh,
mind
you
4.
have to you have to tell me what you roll because my Twitch is taking forever to load.
Body 2, mind 4.
Oh wow, pretty slick. So as you glance around, you realize, man, this isn't a great situation. It's almost like it's designed to be challenging. As you realize these islands don't have any like tall trees or anything. It's just this blue moss like substance that covers the island. It does occur to you with that roll, we are actually going to give you a new ability.
Hmm.
It's called the ant ladder, where you realize as an ant horde that when ants need to move between two places in the wild, will often form a bridge of themselves. And that you may, in fact, be able to use this ability to stack on top of yourself and stretch out and reach up and then pull and climb back up as new ability unlocked. That is your best option at this point, as far as you can see.
Grant is going to try and form an ant tower to get, if not back to the island itself, at least far enough, close enough in range to where Carvine has an easier time transporting him back up.
With your full turn, you can climb, stack. You watch Carbine as it begins to grow and thin. You can get up and you can actually pull yourself all the way back up if that's your goal. And you can join the others, but that would take your whole turn. Okay.
That's what he
All right.
does.
So you have rejoined the others, Grant, as it is the bot's turn. The bot, who no longer has a body, is in fact floating there non-corporeally. And fuck, you really fucked them, Carvine, because while you are astrally projected, you cannot interact with objects and creatures or use your powers. So, yeah,
Mission accomplished! Yay!
you watch as the astral projection zooms down towards its body. All right, back to Carvine.
Okay. Instead of moving like a normal person, I'm gonna use my quick action to teleport back to Jean and Natalie, and I wanna, I wanna like investigate the knot to see if I can find like a weak point to help Jean cut through it.
Okay, body check. No, you might as well do situational analysis. Get
My,
body in a mind, see what you can see and see what you can gather.
my fingers just don't work like they used to, Carbine. Not as dexterous as they used to be.
Such an old man thing to say.
100%.
Tonight, it doesn't work like it used to anymore.
They don't
Pills,
feel.
these old guns.
These new age knots. Back in
Oh
my day, you
God.
could untie a knot if you wanted
Like
to.
a hemp knot. It's a hemp knot that's been used for, but you are in a digital
It's
fucking.
actually an old knot.
Oh, it's a hemp knot that's been used for tens of thousands of years. These things are beyond me.
These newfangled,
Damn,
newfangled braided wire.
newfangled 10th century BC knots. A 4.
I
Nice.
think I know about knots.
Yeah. Well, you can see why this was a struggle for Gene because it's certainly not going to be able to get these super tight wound knots with your hands. As Nat this whole time's been mainly cussing, but also like, hey, come on, get me out of here. I don't even know where we are. The fuck is that thing? Uh, oh, you threw your buddy over the edge? That's fucked up. Come on, what's taking so long? As she's the whole time been doing her own thing, just struggling against the knots. Yeah, it's gonna take cutting in the right place, Carbon. And it looks like maybe this was your cat side that knows about clawing and cutting things, and you can see where you could do a pretty quick slice to take care of it.
But he's a dog now.
From your
I stepped
knowledge,
it out.
not from your physiology.
Gene, try that area next. It should unravel.
Oh, I see. I see.
That'll give you advantage and a lower DR.
Should I go ahead and roll
That
that
will be
now?
my turn.
Is that it for your turn, Carbon? Okay.
Uh-huh.
11 again. I'm going to use a super point to re-roll. That just means I make one re-roll, correct? Or do I re-roll it twice again because I have advantage?
Same. You roll the same conditions with the first roll. If you had advantage, you roll with advantage again.
Advantage would be 14. Thank God. Otherwise, my other roll would have been a weird fail.
Damn. So the first time you got 11 though, right? Before you rerolled.
Yeah,
So
out of all
we'll go
four
with that.
rolls, 11 was my best.
Okay. So are y'all using the new rules, or are you just re-rolling your highest die when you have advantage?
I did not.
Hang on.
I
I
forgot.
was.
I re-rolled them all.
Okay.
Thank you
So
for
let's start over.
reminding me.
That's why you said you rolled a bunch of times. Like you shouldn't have rolled that many times. So roll and then re-roll your highest. And that's one advantage roll. And then if you want to use a super point, you can do the same thing again.
Okay, that works much better, and I did much better. Rolling advantage the proper way, I ended up with a 7.
Okay. Yeah. It's new, so it's a reminder. But yeah, y'all remember advantage, re-roll your highest die, roll 2d10, re-roll your highest. Disadvantage, re-roll your lowest after you roll 2. And then when you have advantage, you'll go with whatever was higher. You don't have to go with the worst roll. And when you have a disadvantage, you go with whichever one was, I meant lower for advantage, higher for disadvantage, you know. All right. So with that, you're able to get in there and you're able to, okay, boom. 7's pretty good. And you're down. You feel like you just need a few more seconds. So you've cut almost all the way through. She's like, okay, yeah, come on. Before that thing comes back, I guess. Hurry up.
Almost there.
Uh,
Almost there.
Grant.
Grant just walks over going, "Fuck's sake, mate," and He's going to use his skill in sleight of hand to try and untie the rest of the knot.
Okay, you run up and you see that it's been mostly cut away. You pull at it, and even you don't even need to roll. Where and snap, the rope snaps and starts rubbing her hands. Thank you. Holy shit! I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but how do we get out of here? As y'all look around, you really don't see any definitive exit or entrance, but what you do see is floating up over the edge on a little cloud, the bot, arms crossed, looking heavily damaged, its body from where it got tossed and it hit off the other island and fell and maybe even hit another one as it floats over towards y'all menacingly. All it really is going to have time for in its turn is to get back up there, and it's overlooking you. She's like, shit, fucking kill that thing. And that's going to bring us back to the top as y'all watch the digital timer tick into 21, 22, 23.
So is there like a higher island that we could probably get like a better view that I could teleport us to?
There are islands, a sea of islands all around you, different distances linked. Some are, like I said, as close as 40, 50 feet away. Some are so far you can't see where they are. Some are above you, some are below you. They're all covered with different islands all over the place.
So it's looking like we'll have to fight this thing. Is what we're saying here to make it to the next stage.
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to tell you that. You don't know that. Well, well, and in my notes it says, "What the fuck, Caden? Is your first day here?
Dang it.
Are you, or are
Use
you
your
in
analyticalness.
character? Hey,
Use
so
your
what do we have to do to?
analyticalness.
What do we? I'm going to use my fucking metagaming power. You don't even have fourth wall. So, Caden, are you saying that Carvine is trying to determine that in character, whether or not you have to fight this thing or not?
Yeah, Carbine's trying to like see if there's like a. I know you said like there's just islands everywhere, but is there like a good endpoint or like a place that we could like transfer to that would take us somewhere else?
Not that you see. You just see a sea of islands around you.
Alright,
They all look the same. I mean, similar, bigger, smaller, up here, down there, all around. It's a sea of islands. You do know that
alright.
when you first came in, there wasn't really anything on this one, and then it materialized once the it was ready. So why don't you give me a situational analysis check to see as you're thinking about in character what's going on here and what you might need to do, Caden. Fucking what that's in the GM. How what do we need to do to
I'm curious.
and then Silas early. I put my uniform on. Really? You guys? This is not your first day. You know how things go around here. I should in fourth wall, there should be an ability like look at the GM's notes for 5 seconds.
That would severely piss off some players in my games because a lot of times I don't have any notes.
All right,
Let
you're
me see
like,
the GM's notes. Just hold up, blank sheet of paper. Just I would real quickly just draw a bird on it.
well, literally, like for our Wednesday games, my notes are like, here's the intro. All right,
Yeah.
world's yours. All right, so 16 body in 3 months. That's what you get, dude, for trying to metagame. So it's gonna be nine and a half. All right. So you see that you could definitely teleport yourself to any number of islands around here, some higher, some lower, some further, some near, but you don't see why the bot wouldn't just continue chasing you.
Yeah. All right, I guess I'll fight the bot instead of trying to skip everything. I wanna go to the bot and I wanna pepper spray it.
Got steal with the pepper spray.
Pepper spray.
Dude disappears for half the game, comes back like trained up and looking cool, and still carries pepper spray with him.
If only someone was still swarming the body and weren't thrown off a cliff.
Who pepper sprays robots?
If you had rolled better in your situational analysis check, I'd have warned you against
yeah.
this because you straight up blast him with spray as you realize this thing doesn't have eyes. It doesn't have the same senses as a person, so it is going to be immune to pepper spray. As it's now a robot with a spicy robot.
Fuck's sake, mate, I'm
That's
getting you a
unfortunate.
taser when this is all over.
It's now a spicy robot. Awesome. Yeah. All right, Carvon. Anything else?
This is from me, dog.
Gene.
All right, Gene. I wonder if I can do this.
24, 25, 26.
Gene's going to walk over to Carvine, and I am going to use I'm going to use a power.
I'm gonna walk over to Carvine and use shanking my head power.
I'm going to use instill powers,
Middle point there.
and actually, never mind. I'm not going to use instill powers because no one around here really has one that I can give him to help him right now. So,
Yeah, if he was closer, you could borrow one of his, or you could use one of yours.
well, my first thought was I was going to try to give him like some kind of actual like weapon. Gene was going to give him like a sword, but I don't really have anything.
Can't you just bullshit
I can
and
use.
grab items?
I can so I mean I can use a weird power, and that's how I've been doing that item thing. Is I use a weird power to manifest a weird power, and then since I have it, I can bestow that on somebody. So that's kind of how I've been doing it. But right now I'm trying to save my weird power. I don't want to use it, so I'm stuck to so far as weird powers. Aside from the ones I made, I've got to stick to the ones I have in the current pool, and no one here right now that I know of has a weapon-based power that I could bestow upon Carvine.
I just thought you had as an artificer.
I could turn him into a horde of ants.
I thought you could pull a common item or a small item. I thought you had something like that,
Have a
dude. Do you not have
taser.
something like that?
No, I don't have anything like that. No, I have.
It's object, I guess, or that's another one.
Yeah, there is an ability for that. I think it might even be one of the other artificer abilities, but I only have one artificer ability, and that's instill power.
Okay. All right.
You might be thinking of luck, but either way, yeah, I don't have the ability
Lucky
to just.
has that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucky has.
But anyways, since I can't really do anything like that, I'm just gonna have Gene move behind the robot and try to deliver a cane strike with his cane blade, one main attack, and then one offhand or quick, because he's relying on Carvine and Grant to dish out the damage on this Gene's support more than anything else.
Okay.
Nasty one on the first roll.
Damn.
And an 11 on the second.
So the first one hits, second one misses. First one actually hits for a major one.
Heck yeah.
How about me? Stab, and then go for a slash and go over his head. I'm
Hell yeah,
better.
get him, old man.
I'm getting better.
Nat calls out.
Thank you, young lady.
She gives you like one of these assholes.
Hell yeah.
As well done. Yeah, this bot is looking severely damaged now from the damage it took earlier, and then being thrown, and its body being bashed around, and now being hit again. Yeah, it's looking severely injured as you've got sparks and plumes of smoke coming up from obvious gashes where wires are exposed. So that brings us to Grant's turn.
Grant is going to try and slash at one of the exposed areas with his knife on the bot. He would swarm, but somebody sprayed it with pepper spray, so now he's worried about accidentally ingesting the pepper spray.
It's
There
like
we go.
insecticide.
That's awesome.
Well, you're here to learn teamwork. We're learning. Go ahead and give us your attack roll.
32.
Dirty.
Mhm.
Okay, so 12. So
We stole Caden's luck today.
Yeah.
We got it.
another major wound hit as you push a big chunk of like metal falls away and wiring falls away and sparks and little flames as this bot is like reeling.
And I'm going to make an offhand attack. I have advantage on melee attacks anyway, so this would just be a straight roll. So he's going to
Alright.
try and slash at it one more time with the knife. That is a 6.
Whoa, another major wound as this thing is looking like it's on its last leg as it's really fucked up at this point. All right. Anything else for Grant?
Just as a free action, Grant is going to come out. Carvine, use anything but the pepper spray. All right? And that's
Yeah, I
my
just
turn.
realized I never put the combat map up. I guess we haven't needed it, but I will put it on the live game doc now for the next 2 rounds.
Theater of the
So-
mind. Theater of the mind.
We haven't worried about it, have we? It's been pretty obvious what's going on here, but it is nice to be able to see at least a spatial breakdown of where we are. All right, so I won't worry about it right at this moment, as we do get to the bot's turn. As it's really, we have, okay, we have Grant who just did some severe damage. So the bot is actually going to go to punch out at you with a few punches, as I need some body counter checks. And these are not strength based, these are dex based.
So that's a 6.
First one hits. Minor wound as you feel an impact, smashing some of your ants. Next one.
I will say I am resistant to HP. Let me just paste this in the chat, but I have the hard skin feature of the rough hide power. I'm just going to post that in Twitch chat.
Yeah, this is just a minor wound, so it doesn't apply this time, but
Okay.
you don't need
But
to
also,
let me. I mean, I already know that, so you just calculate that on your end, brother. So
but yeah, if hit with a weapon, okay. Attackers who hit the character with unarmed strikes suffer half the HP damage inflicted, and when hit with a weapon, the weapon suffers half the HP inflicted.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
as it hits you, you hear it. It's like a little bit of a crunching as it hits you, and you harden that area, move some ants in that area, and it's further damaged slightly. As it goes to hit you again, give me another counter check.
I am going to use my advantage on that with a skill point. Okay, so that's another 6 now.
Nice.
All right. And some of y'all's dice need to be checked.
It's the new advantage system.
The math's not working out.
Oh, I tested them before the game. They weighted properly. I mean,
No,
All
it's
right.
good, right? Yeah, they're
And
waiting,
the
right?
second one it misses and it takes a whiff. Let me see here. I believe I get another hit as a martial artist. Yep. That was my standard action, my free action, because after I hit, I get a free action hit. Give me another one. Body counter check. Why are you getting advantage on these body counter checks?
I
Their
just
deck
used
space?
super point to
Oh, okay.
reroll. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And that is the one major advantage I'll have because I'm not giving super points to my NPCs. But at some point, when y'all are fighting bosses, type people and shit, I'm gonna probably fucking give them some super points.
That's a 10.
Okay, this one hits, and it would be 2, but it's only 1, as it would be a major wound, but you get to reduce that. And it takes. What's your finishing move as its last hit point of damage is done from it hitting your hard ass? I believe that you told us before that you move like those door ants or some super hard ants into the area where they're being hit to manifest this. So paint us a picture as you somehow take out this bot by just being super tough.
It took a couple of attempted hits from the bot for the trapdoor ants to fully get into position, but when they did, they formed like this exact pattern to sort of when you hit it. You know how what can you make a cornstarch slurry in science class, and if you hit it hard enough, it hardens into like a hard surface. It's like that, but with ants.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
the surrounding ants around the formation where it hit take the fist that was hitting Grant and sort of pull it away from the rest of the body. Just you can see sparks of wires flying everywhere as the arm is fully yanked off the
Oh
robot.
yeah. Awesome. Take a super point for that badass finishing move. And all of y'all can go ahead and take 2 super points in addition to that. As we're out of initiative. Nat. Oh, hell yeah. So how the fuck do we get out of here? As y'all look around and at first you don't see anything. I do need a situational awareness check as the clock continues to tick. 30 seconds. 31 seconds. All right. Let me do. Look around real quick. And go ahead and pop them in. Wow. Okay. So pretty. It looks like Grant did the best, and pretty close for the other two. So as y'all are looking around, you do see ever hovering this clock ticking as it gets to 31 seconds. We'll pick up there as we might as well stay in initiative order since we're doing a timer here. And you see that one of the islands that it is about 50 feet away, where they all were just this blank blue moss covered along this wispy white clouded purple skied expanse, you see that something begins to materialize on one of the islands. Again, about 50 feet away, probably up about 70, 50 feet out, about 70 feet up. And as you look, you see materializing. I need 3D100s.
in that 50 area again, 56.
Whoa.
92 and 91.
Bah. This is already gonna be lit, even the first one I looked at. Because y'all remember I roll a d10 that figure out how many I'm going to add to what y'all roll, so that y'all have no idea what the powers are. You do see manifesting another bot,
Damn.
clearly, even from this distance, a single bot with its own hostage. As Nat, hey, wait, what's that? Oh shit! No way! Fucking assholes! It's Ant. As you see, Natalie's girlfriend, Aunt Antonova, Irina, being held hostage by a bot. Oh shit! Uh, this is so weird. Some of these I'm weird. Like I got astral projection last time.
Would you say it's super weird?
Uh, I would say it's super weird. In fact, exactly what I'd say. While I'm getting these real quick, I'll tell you there was a dude. I went to the dollar store yesterday to grab something. The cashier dude saw my shirt. Oh, my Vecna shirt, my Critical Role Vecna shirt. And he was like, "Is that D&D?" I was like, "Yeah, man." So I was like, "Hey, man, we stream on Sundays under Super Weird." But that made me think, brother, that we need cards that we can give people. So you need to design us some cards and be like, "Hey, meet a fellow nerd and be like, hey, we can have a digital one, we can have paper ones, be like, hey, come watch us." Because Super Weird, I've searched it before and it's not that easy to find because it's actually Super Weird underscore ETRPG type situation. So yeah, it was just a thought I had, brother. Especially once we start going to Comic Cons and shit. Dude, this is the craziest. This is the craziest combo for a bot to have, y'all. This is awesome. All right. So you see, in fact, sitting cross-legged at the edge of this island, Ant, who is hunched over and standing. It doesn't look like she's bound, but it also doesn't look like something's wrong with her. But from this distance, you can't tell what. We are in initiative order. Carbine.
Interesting. There's something off about her, right?
Yeah, y'all all give me a situational analysis check, please.
I was gonna say, can I use my analytical mind quick action feature to learn
Yeah. Well,
what's odd
start
about her?
with situation analysis, so investigation, perception, and then that's just going to be kind of like a free action for everybody, and then you can go from there.
Dang, another fucking dirty one. Silent shit.
It's the new advantage system. It is coming in
Crazy.
really good.
Or so we're looking at really good for Carvine, Grant, and pretty all right for our boy Gene. All right. So both you, Carbine and Grant, see that, and Nat sees it too. She's like, What's wrong, Aunt? What's wrong with you? Why do you look like that?" She's like hunched over. And it looks like Aunt, but it looks like her like 40 years in the future. Like super old lady.
Oh,
Age master.
As she seems to have been held hostage by being transformed into like almost decrepitly old. So you don't really notice that you just notice she looks like maybe something's wrong with her, like been poisoned or something is probably what you would gather by trying to check it out, Gene, with your old eyes that aren't as good as they used to be. All right, so Carbine, you can do what you will with that as it's your turn.
When did she dye her hair
Or
gray?
would y'all rather be out of initiative so y'all can talk for a second and I'll run the timer, or would y'all rather stay in initiative?
I'm good with
Nah,
staying.
let's
I'm good with
stay.
staying in initiative.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my quick action instead to create a portal for us to go straight to Ant.
Okay. As you portal
Yeah.
everybody, once again, coming in very handy. I'm not sure what y'all would do without that ability. If I was a mean GM, I'd be like, your portal power doesn't seem to be working. And sometimes dude, I've had GMs do shit like that before. And then it feels like such a ripoff. Like immunity, it's like, they're immune. Uh, Sometimes that feels real cheap. So as you teleport up, you find yourselves at the edge where sitting cross-legged is the bot figure. Looks like it's almost in like a meditative state as its elbows on its nondescript knees with its visor, and it's just sitting regarding you three as you find yourself teleported up to the island.
All right. You know, I'm looking at it. It seems pretty peaceful. Can I use my standard action to try to talk them down? Would it be all right if we took Ant back with us? We don't want to have to. We don't want to break you.
Intimidation.
Excuse me, sir. We wouldn't
Intimidation.
want to have to break you or anything.
Is it intimidation or persuasion?
You said or will break you. I
Uh,
think that's intimidation. I can't imagine. Dude,
I,
some dude walk up to
I
me and
do
says,
think
"Hey, give me a soda
intimidation,
or I'll
right?
break your bones."
Or I'll break you. I'm just trying to persuade you. Yeah, that's intimidation.
Yeah, probably intimidation.
Go for it.
Do I subtract my mind from this, or is it a body roll?
How are you trying to intimidate? Are you trying to look like a physical, imposing badass, or are you trying to mentally intimidate them?
I was just trying to talk to him, me personally,
Mind.
try to talk him down. Okay, so that's gonna be a 5.
All right. Ooh, finally. As you regard, what do you say? Is that exactly what you said? What you said earlier? Or, hey, let us have her, or we'll break you. So we
Yeah,
don't want to have to break you.
yeah, we don't want to have
Okay.
to. We don't want to have to break you. Just give us the
No,
girl, and everything will be fine.
no reaction. No
Well, that's all
reaction.
my action economy.
All right. Well, you got everybody up here, which again be a lot more challenging if you couldn't do that. That brings us to your turn, Gene. You find yourself standing on a square island. We'll say that they were so kind of over here. He was sitting at the edge. Uh, Nat came with you all. We've got Carvine. We got Eugene. Nat, Eugene. So say he was at the edge, so you all had to kind of be behind him, and he had Ant next to him. I'll say that Nat came up here with y'all, and then I'll put us an X for where Ant is. All right. So there is no reaction from the bot, and that is going to bring us to your turn,
Jeez.
Gene, as this is going to be a pretty big island, bigger than the last one. We'll say that maybe about 150 feet by 150. in a square, so obviously.
Gene's gonna move over to Ant, and inspect and see why she's hunched over, and what might be going on with her.
As you go to step, because the bot's number 4, so you're gonna have to step right past the bot. It's right next to Ant. Like pretty much no matter how you get to Ant, you're within immediate distance of the bot.
I'll Gene chance it because right now the bot hasn't reacted. Chris knows it's probably a dumb idea, but I think Gene's assuming that the bot's just there if they try to get away. So he's going to inspect it.
So go to walk past the bot, which is meditating. And as you go to walk past, the 2 arms of the bot grow into 4. Goes to grab. I need a body counter check.
9. Oh, sorry, 9. If I didn't press my speak button.
We already did the first time. I already did the
Okay.
first time.
Barely got you. You almost jump away and react as this bot grabs you and is now grappling you and find yourself stuck.
If I still have an action, am I still able to move my arms?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try and just gut punch the bot. I imagine my arms are kind of like up against me.
Yeah. So you have disadvantage on this attack action because you are grappled. Let me confirm in the grappled rules. You're restrained, which means you're immobilized and you have disadvantage on body checks.
Okay.
You can also use a quick action to try to break free.
I only needed to move. I only needed to roll once. Any worse would be a. Well, I guess I should roll either way because the only thing worse is a weird fail.
Roll 19. All right, see if you get a weird fail.
No, very luckily not. Very luckily not.
Thank God.
But
19.
Right,
so as you go to hit, you just can't. It's just not making an impact because you can't rear back or anything. Now you use your movement and action. You could use a quick action to try to break free.
I will. At disadvantage, that ends up being a 7. I roll low, luckily enough.
Ralph, I get a 5, so you did not break free.
Damn.
As you find yourself encased in this like still-like grip of this bot. All right. Oh, what the hell? Ant's, oh, what's going on? I'm so confused. Nat's like, Ant, what? You're an old lady. Fuck. What'd this thing do to you? And no words out of this bot that's just got you locked into its 4-armed grip. Grant.
Okay, so swarming isn't an option because it's got Gene, so he's just going to attack with his knife. So that's a body roll.
Okay, I will let you know, Gene, that this as your ally grappled, so you know that there is a chance if you miss bad enough that you will certainly hit Gene.
It's okay, I can take it.
Very obvious.
I've lived a good life.
Okay. All right, so that first roll is an 8.
Okay, miss.
This is going to be an offhand attack, which is just going to be a straight roll because I normally have advantage on melee.
Wait, hold on. 8? No, that just hit.
Oh, Oh,
Just hit.
nice.
Because I rolled 8. All right.
Right.
So you hit. You should do a little bit of a like dent, and then
And the offhand attack is a dirty 2. And that was just a straight roll, so that was great.
yeah, that's going to be a major one. So this one you hit it kind of the same place. I'd say another like dents in more and actually like breaks open a little bit. See a little exposed wiring in there. Bot's been damaged. Got free action. You would have had to take a short movement to get there. So anything else with the free action?
He's just gonna tell Gene, all right, might try to go limp a little bit just so you have a little bit more slack to wiggle out. And that ends my turn.
The last thing you hear, Gene, before the bot stands, turns, and drops you over the edge of the
Oh,
island. As you two watch as Gene goes plummeting down, then the bot turns. Uh, the reason that he was able to sprout forearms is he's weird power master.
Fucker.
Reaction to use the weird power.
The best
to
power.
grapple. If you have forearm, you can grapple on a reaction attack. So knowing the rules. So
I'm just going to walk by the enemy. Surely nothing will happen to me.
Gene, this is why we're practicing, right? So you don't do that out in the real world, huh?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We're gonna get such a low score.
Wow. Okay. I'm looking at some shit over here. Y'all are fucked. As is going to turn and look at you, Grant. Do a quick piece of research for me, Silas. I'll do it. Oh,
That's reassuring.
I could so fuck you with this ability. I could kill you. What's the average lifespan of an ant?
Uh, good question.
Oh, that's fucked. Shame you're
It
not.
varies. Like
What's the range?
usually like the workers anywhere from like a few months to like a few years for some species.
So we average that maybe a year if we take the average between the low and the high, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So as I need a mind roll as it focuses on you and you feel yourself begin to feel fatigued as it's going to attempt to double your age.
I'm gonna use a super point to re-roll that. Okay. That is a 6.
I rolled a 7.
Oh, thank God.
As you're able to resist and pull away and shake off this feeling of intense fatigue is all the way you could explain it that started to set in. You start to feel yourself slowing down as give me a mind check. Another mind check. Wait, we'll go with that one. It was a 7. This is boring to Chris. Sorry, brother. As
Damn.
with that mind check, as you shake it off and pull back, and then you look at what happened to Ant. Oh shit! This thing can manipulate and make you older, and it just tried to age you up. That's going to be it for the bot's turn as we have Gene falling down, Grant pulling back. Yeah, Chris is over here yawning while his character's dying. Uh, boring.
Same shit, different game.
Floating through the air while somebody's trying to age up our ant friend and kill him instantly. I'm gonna go ahead and establish that if this works on you, that a good bit of your horde is gonna be instantly killed. Uh,
Good to
by
know.
old age. So that brings us to Carvine. Your turn. As you watch this bot drop uh, Gene over the side, turn and regard Grant, and Grant pull him back with this weird reaction, and then here go.
Okay. I want to go through my game plan really quick to make sure you're okay with this, Corey. Um, Firstly, I want to use my quick action to take me and the bot and teleport us to where Gene is falling. And then, if you let me upscale the quick action to a standard action, teleport me and Gene back up to the platform.
I think that's a little shitty to try to use the same ability twice in one turn.
Okay.
I don't think that doesn't sound. I don't think y'all'd want somebody doing this to you if an
That's
NPC had
fair.
this, right? Imagine, because if I let you do this, cool. My next teleporting character is going to teleport y'all out into nowhere and then teleport back, and y'all are just going to be fucked. So I'm glad you asked that though, dude, because there needs to be a rule that just says you can't use the same ability twice in a turn. And I don't know if it needs to be specific to teleporting, and I think it does. So let me make it. Let me make a note.
There wasn't already something that stated that you couldn't use the same
Well, it
ability
takes a
twice in
quick
a.
action. It takes a quick action, so that's your action economy. But then if you let somebody use their standard action to do a quick action, um, that's where we come in, because that's where the control is. Because you only get one quick action per turn, so you should really only be able to do it once per turn. So in that case, then scaling up a quick to a standard is going to be situational. And in this situation, being able to teleport twice, that's cheap. Again, you
Yeah,
would
that's
not
fair.
want an NPC to do this to you, y'all. Because I'll be able to take one of your characters out of combat every time. I will
That
teleport you away up into the air, and I will teleport myself back to the ground, and I will just let you fucking slam into the ground.
that reminds me of that bullshit. And I think it was 3.5 D&D with flyby attack. You can move to something and attack, and then you can take the rest of your movement action away.
And then move again.
And so you could
Yeah.
just, if no one else had that ability, you just dun, 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 there was nothing anyone could do outside of like ranged and spells and shit like that. But you know,
Yeah, especially if you're a rogue with disengage, then you don't fucking take an opportunity attack. Yeah, so I'm glad you asked that, dude. Please, y'all, when y'all see an exploit like that, fucking point it out, because that's the kind of shit we need to fix. So to answer your question, you can definitely y'all can scale up. We'll say a quick action to a standard action if you like haven't used that yet this turn. That ability yet this turn.
Okay.
Kind of just as a general.
All right. Then I guess we're just gonna do step one of plan A. As I look over to Grant, we'll be back, and I want to use my quick action to teleport me and the bot to where Gene is.
Okay, so it's going to be a contested roll to see if you can teleport the bot because they're not willing.
Mind the rule, though.
don't mind at all.
I use a super point there. That was a bad display.
I swear, robot, this never happens.
Oh, that's gonna be an 11.
Okay, 8. Not successful.
Yikes.
If you go to try to teleport away, this bot resists you. As it seems to have a good bit of, it's not mental fortitude, but uh, circuitry fortitude in its firewalls and fail safes. As
More computer jargon.
you go teleport away, bits and bytes and that kind of shit, ones and zeros and whatnot. So it's even got some twos in there. So anything else? Go with Carbine. So we're right in the middle of shit. So you go to try to teleport down. That's going to be your ability. It doesn't work. So that's your quick action. You still have your standard action. I will, since it failed, let you upscale and try it again if you want.
Nah, I feel like that's cheap. I'm just gonna say it failed. I'm just gonna try to with my standard action push him off the edge.
Nice.
Okay.
I'll use another super point to reroll.
Yeah, beat 6.
Oh.
Did you roll 7?
7.
That happened to me earlier too. So as you go to push them off, you
7.
realize, Carbine, that physicality is not your strong suit. So shoving, grappling, that kind of thing is not what you're built for. But it might occur to you, Carbine slash Oni, that maybe that's something you want to work on.
I look towards Grant. I'll help you. Out of breath from trying to shove this guy off.
Just Gene is just falling, pinwheeling down in the sky. So what we're gonna do? Anything else for Carbine? So Chris, we're gonna roll to see if you're gonna make impact each turn. It's gonna be an even odd roll. On an odd, you're gonna impact an island if you don't do anything else that turn. And on
I've
an
got a
even,
plan.
you're gonna continue going. Well, I'm sure you do,
Yeah.
but first we need to decide what's going on around you. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll, and you roll even odd.
Even. I rolled a
Okay,
2.
on an even, as you're pinwheeling and you're looking down, you realize that there's nothing below you for a while. If you don't do something, you're going to continue falling. All right, it's your turn, Gene.
All right. Gene's gonna bust out a weird power. He opens his door as he's falling, still screaming because he doesn't. As he's flipping, he thinks any minute he flips the other way around, he's gonna be seeing another, rock like ready to crash. So he opens his door, still screaming, reaches in and starts feeling around for an item. Not that, not that, no, not that one. This one. He puts a hat on his head, and he pulls a string on the side of the hat, and a propeller, like a helicopter propeller, pops up top of the hat. I'm going to manifest a weird power of flight.
Yeah.
And he just stops holding the side of his hat.
Go gadget, fucking helicopter.
Literally just a propeller beanie.
So, you get like a from inside the chest from your boy Bartley.
Thank you, Bartley.
He handed it to you real fast because he knew shit was going crazy. So he helped you as you reached in. You felt a hand hand it to you. All right. As what's our next move? Is you've used your power of flight. That's your movement now. You can fly.
Movement action back up to the island.
You all watch as Gene comes flittering up, propeller on the hat, coming and appearing back over the edge of the island.
Go, gadget, go. Doo-doo.
Yeah. All right. What else? Because it was it's a free action to manifest a weird power. Your movement action to get up there. So you still got your standard and quick.
I want to swing towards the robot and try to kick at him with my feet.
Okay. Flying kick.
It's only a 13.
Yeah, I got 8. So is able to dodge out of the way as you come flying in and passes right past it with the kick. Anything else, Gene?
That'd be it. I'm going to save the quick action for in case I get grappled again somehow.
All right. As that brings us to Grant's turn.
Now Grant is going to attempt to shove the robot off the island. I have advantage on that because it's a strength-based body check. And a
Correct.
-1 to you.
Correct.
Okay. So that's a 7.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Majorly beat that one. As you go to shove it, and you could swear, Grant, that you watch and you feel as you shove it and it goes off. But everybody around sees this weird, almost like rewinding kind of effect as I'm going to use my Oracle Premonitions power
Mm.
to.
Fuck this bot, dude. Holy shit.
I missed Threadline.
This would have been the
We all
perfect
do.
environment for Threadline.
Which one am I gonna use? Am I gonna re-roll, or am I gonna force you to re-roll? What did you roll?
I rolled a 7.
Okay, I'm gonna use my free action to re-roll. As job, and you're like, yeah. And as you look back, it's like a rewind as a trails come, they come back up and they're just standing there. I rolled a 5 on my reroll.
As the bot is rewinding, Grant notices that the bot is rewinding, so he's going to position the knife. I'm doing an offhand attack. He's going to position the knife to where he's going to have the bot run into the knife as it's rewinding back
cool.
to where it was.
I like it.
That's so fucked.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's like getting soft locked in Prince of Persia.
It's another 31! Yeah!
Damn.
So that's going to be a major wound. Actually, that's as severe. I rolled 12. So
Ran my knife, officer.
so shoves in, bust apart the carapace, metallurgical carapace. Shoves in, you feel wires as you pull out. Wires are breaking and sparks are shooting out as, you did a severe amount of damage. That brings us anything else for your turn.
That's it for my turn. That was great.
Hell yeah. Well done. So at this point, it's going to stare you down again. And you feel this fatigue taking over again, Grant.
Mm.
Need a mind roll.
Gonna spend a
don't
super
mind.
point to re-roll that. Oh my god, that is a 3.
Okay. As shake it off yet again, and you realize that if this thing ever hits you, that you basically saw your lives flashing before your eyes. As that's going to bring us Nat's calling out, Aunt, we'll help you. Nat, what the hell? As by now in the chaos, the two of them have kind of gathered together over here, and you've got Nat, who's kind of cradling Aunt in her old lady form, as it comes back up to Carbine's turn.
All right. I'm gonna
152.
I'm gonna go try to take that bot off the edge again with my quick action, teleporting.
All right.
It's fucking bot.
Fucking sounds like me when I'm playing fucking Rocket League.
Definitely me on Overwatch.
Yeah, it's so obvious in Rocket League, dude. They'll be doing shit. They'll have like boost all the way across the ceiling, doing spirals and perfectly score, and you're like, you don't even have that much boost available, motherfucker. And then you turn it off, and they'll leave the skill one on. You'll be like, hey, turn that skill one off too. So fucking obvious. So obvious. All right, what we roll?
7.
What type of roll is this?
A mind roll off.
I rolled a 6 on the dice. It's gonna be a no-go. This bot's giving you all a rough time.
All right, back to Plan B. My standard action. I'm gonna try to just shove him off.
Just trying to push him off the edge. Fuck, dude.
Does that count as an attack action?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually gonna like I'm gonna try to like hit his knee in a way that makes him lose his balance and fall off the edge, using analytical mind to use my mind instead of body for the attack roll.
Link.
Okay, cool. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. With analytical mind, you can actually swap mind for body for attacks. So instead of trying to use your dexterity or strength,
Ooh.
you're analyzing a right place to hit. Like that. All right. What we got?
31. It's my turn.
31. I thought you were about to say a weird win. We haven't had any weird wins or fails today, and we've been rolling a lot. That's pretty crazy. All right. So, what's your finishing move as you shove this bot by just as the island's floating by, just about 100 feet down, enough for it to smash into and finish it off?
Yeah, so I realize physical strength is not working here. So I look at his kneecaps. The joints don't seem sound. So I do a swift kick to the joint to throw it off balance, and I get out my taser and I put it to like the neck of the bot to kind of like shock it a bit, and
Okay.
then I just shove him off.
So it's convulsing and spinning and then smashes and breaks apart. Suddenly, Ant starts standing taller. The wrinkles disappear and flatten on her skin as Nat holds her. Yes, yes, thank you. As reverting to her normal age, as Nat and Ant grab each other. Thank you, thank you. All right, how do we get out of here? We're gonna take a break right here, and we're gonna pick up in initiative order 52, 53, as the clock continues ticking. All that took 2 rounds for that second bot,
Ooh.
by the way.
That's crazy.
Uh,
I felt so much
so,
longer.
yeah, with everything that happened.
That
So we'll
was
take a
intense.
break,
That
like
was intense.
7 minutes, and then we'll just pick up right here as the clock's like 52 seconds. And you've got your second hostage. I have another set of rolls that we did last time that added complications, but
Yeah.
there's already a major complication of you're on islands.
Yeah, there were multiple rooms. So we're live with sound. We'll be live with video in a moment. We are completely live again. We are ready to return.
Welcome back, Internet.
Hello, Bob.
Well,
I hope that you kept it
looking at me.
weird. They're looking right at you, dude.
Ooh.
So,
Oh, look
how
at
do I like
Travis.
the age master fucking power?
We hadn't seen that one yet. That was interesting.
I nearly died twice.
Dude, as soon as he was like, "What's the lifespan of an ant?" I was like, "Fuck."
Of course, I'm looking up the ant power, and it's like it just doubles the age, not necessarily adds an extra year to it. So
Yeah, but if you're a half year old, brother,
Yeah.
Mm.
Look at
and it doubles your age, then you're dead. Like
Look
if
at-
you're 50 and it doubles your age, you'll be 100.
So I was saying, look at Gene. Okay, on Gene's character sheet, I put him at 63. So if his age gets doubled, I don't think there's much a chance he's living to 126.
I wouldn't have you instantly die in that case if you're like a person, right? And I wouldn't have him instantly die. I would probably kill a good bit of the ants. Not I would, but that power would. And
yeah, like
Gene would be
half, because you
severely.
got to realize like some of them were.
Some will be
It's
younger, right? Yeah.
constantly refreshing.
You just turn into a
So that
stack
would
of ant
probably.
eggs.
Yeah, be like half as big. So he like lose some of his strength and shit. Yeah, that'd be. But you beat it. You beat the rolls because you've been rolling crazy good. And then Oracle, and then Weird Power Master. That's what that was. That's why I got forearmed and tossed Gene. Now there's not time for a short rest. So some of y'all have burned some of your abilities, including weird powers. So we are moving into our third round, unless y'all want to stop for an hour and take a
No.
short rest, which I highly doubt you want to do, as you have a very visible clock ticking. Now, what we are going to do starting out is we are going to be out of initiative order, and I'm going to run a timer because as you defeat the second bot and rescue Ant, and that and Ant are embracing, and okay, let's just get out of here now. You notice instantly a change. Islands begin disappearing all around you, blinking out. At first slow and then more rapidly. They all begin disappearing until you find yourselves left standing on your island, and then far below you, about 200 feet down, is one final island floating. Not an ant. How the fuck are we gonna get over there?
One at a time.
Okay, so I have an
my
idea.
legs.
Remember the ant ladder thing at ant ladder power you gave me, Corey?
Y'all should be doing this in character. I do remember that. You don't need to remind me. But y'all should be doing this in character because the timer is ticking.
So I have an idea. I sort of form a ladder down to the whatchamacallit, down to that island, and then shit.
Situational analysis
No.
checks as you're talking this through, all three of you. Now, you Grant, you realize you could probably get y'all closer, but you don't think you'll necessarily be able to stretch 200 feet.
Yeah, I was
You
thinking
might
like
need to be pinned out.
chain the portals, but then I realized what would I be attached to while the portals were being chained?
What's the range of your teleport, Carbine?
You guys would just have to trust me because we'd have to jump about 100 feet down.
Well, what if I were to
Ready
carry
to
you to the
teleport.
halfway point? You grab onto me, we fly down about halfway, 100 feet. Would you be able to teleport people from 100 feet away to 100 feet in the other direction?
No.
Hmm.
You all have to be within short range of me.
I could jump
Oh, wow.
down just fine, but I don't know if the others would be able to land just as safely if I were carrying them. Granted, doesn't take fall damage.
And Silas, we might need to have you start rolling digitally, brother. You haven't rolled above a 10. And the 2 1s
It's
for
the
body movement. Yeah, this is
it's
getting
the
a little
advantage
suspicious.
on perception, and the other thing I have
Yeah, even that doesn't explain the math here, brother. Your rolls have been, the math's not working out. You're never failing in anything, and that doesn't make for a good game for your character. So something's wrong. Might be unweighted dice if you're using physical dice, because even with advantage, you shouldn't be getting ones, 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 31s, 31s on all that shit. Like almost 3 times in a row out of your last 4 rolls. The math just isn't mathing today, brother. So you might want to start rolling an RNG, because that has become a problem. Your character shouldn't be that successful.
I mean, I'm
that
looking. I'm rolling a random number generator right here digitally. That's what I've been rolling.
Okay.
Like I could go to physical dice, see if that
Well,
does
what I'm
any
saying is it fucks
better.
up the story if one character just never fails a roll the whole game and rolls that fucking low. It starts to be a problem for the game. So the math is not working out there. So if having the advantage the way we're rolling advantage, it's not doing it for them. The other two, they're not constantly rolling ones.
Well,
Uh,
we don't have advantage on body. You said
well,
you get
I'm
advantage
not
on
talking about
body
just
and
those
mind.
rolls. It's happening on. Look through
I've
those
got
rolls.
advantage on investigation and perception. That's what we're using for the
Here,
checks.
let me read out some rolls. Starting at 11:48, you rolled a 1, then you rolled a 3, then you rolled a 2 and a 4. These aren't all the same. Then
Are,
another 2, then another 6, then
are
another
those for
6.
body and mind or for various other things?
It's
Because I
all
do
kinds
have
of shit.
advantage for
Then an 8, then a
unarmed
2.
attacks.
Well, my point is, you haven't rolled above a 10, and you've been rolling dirty ones, and then it's just not working out mathematically. So we either need to make a rule change, or there's something going on with what you're rolling. I mean, I just read to y'all. This isn't me. I just read to y'all the rules. Y'all can scroll through chat. I'm not making this up. There's something wrong, is what I'm saying. Your character needs to fail sometimes.
Well,
Yeah. So
maybe the random number generator is off, because I know some of them will get in certain stats where they'll start going to a certain group.
yeah.
If you don't mind, so I'll switch over to physicals. We'll see what that
Or
goes. And if we're
I need to
still
start
experiencing that issue, then we might need to change the
the rule back.
the rule back.
Yeah, because that's been way too. It's just not right. Your character's now got plot armor basically, where nothing bad's happening. And that's not how we want to play this game. So yeah, we might need to revisit that. Because we
The
don't
drop
want.
the highest number advantage is OP for me at least.
Yeah, yeah. That
You know,
yeah, we'll have to.
that actually does make a lot of sense, because with the advantage then plus our skills
Minus your
minus the skill points
skill.
coming off, that does make 1 and 2s and 3s at our level very fucking
Yeah.
common.
Yeah, and then you're never failing, and I don't think that's how y'all want to play this game.
No, not at all.
I think I'm also giving y'all too many super points, because you're being able to re-roll. But even with that, you can only do that once per turn. So even being able to re-roll, I mean, y'all should still be failing more often than that. So you might need to just go back to the old way,
Yeah.
advantage and disadvantage, so that
I'm just gonna
we have.
re-roll the perception investigation, because a dirty 1 for body and mind is ridiculously overpowered.
Well, and that's the point. And it's not just that roll, but it's been roll after roll after roll. Nothing's been above a 10. There's been a lot of 3s and 4s. So let's go back to the old way. And moving forward, you don't need to re-roll anything now. But yes,
Really, I
that's why
already
we're
did.
this. Yeah, don't worry about it, man. We'll just do it moving forward. It's not a big deal. We just want the game to be played in the right spirit, you know? So, as you all are assessing the situation, and all y'all roll pretty well, then it's beyond your teleportation point. You do a couple things occur to you. You could stretch down. You figure you could probably stretch yourself maybe about 100 feet, maybe about halfway, with still having some integrity to your ladder. You, Carbine, if your idea was to plunge and then teleport after 100, you do realize you'll still have momentum. So if you
Wait,
do that and
wait, I
teleport,
got a
y'all
plan.
be slamming into the ground at 100. So 1 second, Silas, and then after I give you all this information, y'all can do what y'all need to do. So that occurs to you, Gene. You could probably fly like one person. So with that information, the world is yours. I'm gonna start the timer.
All right, I can stretch halfway down. Carbine, you take either Nat or Ant, and basically, I'll stretch down while you're grabbing on at the very end, and then you teleport the other half of the way down.
Are your ants going to be able to support a weight of human beings?
You could probably hold one person when you're stretched that
Mm.
far. You asked for a
Fair
puzzle,
point.
Chris. You said there wasn't a puzzle so far.
Well, while you two figure out what you can do with your abilities, let me know if I can help. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get going with one of them. We do have a ticker. And so while they're discussing what they can do with theirs, I'm going to go ahead and take Nat, and I'm going to fly down there.
Okay, let's stop the timer. It's been about 40 seconds, and we'll go back into initiative order. As Gene, you could fly one of them down. So who are you going to take first?
Nat.
All right. So Gene goes to fly Nat down. That's going to be his turn. Carvine, we'll go back up to you, and we'll just say when we get to your turn, Gene, that's what you're doing, and then we'll get to Grant. So Carvine.
How much is 100 feet of fall damage gonna hurt?
In
I
game,
guess 200 feet.
that falling 100 feet is probably going to cause some pretty serious injury.
Okay. Am I able to use the chip that Chris gave or Gene gave me, being armor, to surround me and sorry, did you take Nat or Ant?
He took Nat.
Yeah. I took the Gene's thinking on that was the client is still more important than the client's friend. If we have to do this task.
Okay, would I be able to cover me and Ant both in living armor?
Grant's just gonna
Yeah,
hand you his model.
There you go.
Yeah, that's not how the ability reads, but let's flavor it like this. You could become the armor and cover her with yourself. That's how that ability is supposed to work, anyways.
Or Grant's just gonna hand him the bottle while Carvine's just looking at the bottle and put two and two together. Yeah, just take mine. I can fall safely.
Well, I think if I'm able to surround her in armor, and then I teleport us 100 feet, we take 100 feet of damage, but I should be able to take it for you, Ant. Meaning we should be
Well,
fine.
neither of you have to take the damage. Just take my bottle, and you can both use the living armor.
Has it been 10 seconds yet?
Oh, okay, I see.
Or 20?
So
Yeah.
I
Living
cover
armor
her
doesn't
in
make
living
you
armor.
invincible, y'all.
It just cuts your
Yeah.
damage in half.
You're not under the impression that it makes you
Okay,
invincible.
okay.
Yeah.
I got a plan. I got a plan.
I've
You
got
ready?
some
You
healing
ready for this?
shrooms.
Grant, listen to me, okay? I'm gonna cover Ant in living armor, and you're gonna cover me in living armor, and then we're gonna jump down, and then we're gonna teleport, and we only take the 100 feet of damage.
All right.
Ready?
Just
Lock it in.
I pasted this in the chat, but Grant is going to pluck off a couple of healing mushrooms as a free action and give them to each of you.
All right, that would have to be on your turn.
Okay.
So Carvine, tell me what specifically you do on your turn. You call out to them, and you drink the bottle.
Yeah, I tell him the plan, and I break the chip or whatever we're supposed to do with the chip,
The bottle.
and then I'll cover. Oh yeah, okay. I'll sip it.
Instead, it's like a
I'll be
creature in a
sipping.
bottle.
Well, if we're gonna use the original version of it where it changes its form, yeah, I guess it's still a creature. When you pop the top, this like tentacly, almost amorphous, liquid flesh thing covered in eyes and like teeth, like latches onto you and begins crawling to your mouth.
Oh,
Just let it
Yum.
in. It's safe.
yeah. All right.
Ah.
Well, I'm gonna let it in.
Ah!
As it moves into you, it does emerge with you, and you feel your body too becoming part of it and becoming amorphous, as you become a suit of flesh for somebody else.
All right, and I'm gonna cover Ant.
Okay.
Okay, Ant, get ready. When Grant also covers you in a living suit, that's when you jump.
Fucking shit, dude.
Okay. All right. That'll bring us then to Gene. On your turn, you're picking up Nat and flying her down. All right. You
Hold on.
can go about halfway down. With if that's all you're going to do this turn.
Yeah,
Uh,
every action I have that I
yeah.
can use for movement, I'm using for movement, and if I can't use an action for movement, I'm using it to help hold on to Nat and just keep ourselves stable.
We'll say with your movement and action, you would usually be able to go 100 feet, but since you're encumbered, you're carrying her, and you're not that strong. You'll go about 50 feet, so you're about a fourth of the way down.
That's fine.
All right. That's going to bring us to Grant's turn.
All right, so Grant is gonna break the chip so the other hostage Ant has the living armor. And before either of you jump, sorry. All right, before either of you jump, he's gonna use his free action to pluck off a couple of mushrooms. Take these; it'll heal you after you fall. Just trust me.
All
I
right.
did paste the power in the chat.
So the plan for Grant: hand on the mushrooms, and then the other move is
He already broke the chip, so he can hand the living armor to Ant.
okay. And then are
Yeah.
you going to then surround Carvine, who's surrounding Ant?
Yeah, the
I
chip.
thought Carvine already put on his living armor.
No,
The way you
Carvine
described
called out to you the plan that he was going to surround
it.
Ant, and he wanted you to surround him. That's what Carvine said to you.
I think you're
Yeah.
misremembering what the power does. The power turns you into a suit.
Okay. So yeah, he's gonna surround.
Okay. And that's correct, Caden. Carvine said, hey, here's the plan. I'm going to surround Ant. I want you to surround me.
On a suit. On
Okay.
that Ant.
So your supervisor told you the plan. He was going to surround the asset, and then he wanted you to surround him. And then he's going to apparently want you to jump. And when y'all are 100 feet, he's going to teleport. Are you going to teleport y'all to 100 feet? Then you're going to follow the rest? Is that
Uh,
the plan, Carvine?
that's a better plan. Yeah, I was thinking of jumping first, then teleporting, but no,
Your
doing the
call.
teleport first is definitely no. We'll do.
Your call. All right. So the plan was in he's going to teleport y'all down once it's his turn again. All right. So we've got a Russian nesting doll, Irina, who is Russian, as is Nat. She is inside of Carbine, who is inside of Grant, who is a bunch of ants that's also living armor. Huh. Usually, when you swarm somebody, Grant, you're doing it to do injury. Now you're actually doing it to protect them. This might be giving Grant some ideas, actually, as this is a pretty cool feature that actually works really well with the rest of what Grant can already do. You could turn your horde swarm into something positive. As we will go Nat and Ant as you're carrying Nat down. She's like, just don't fucking drop me, old man. Just better hold on.
Don't worry about it. We're flying slow and careful. Pleasant weather in this area, though, isn't it? The simulation's actually pretty nice.
Simulation. Still know where the fuck I am. Hope Ant's okay. And she looks up as Ant gets, because she's like, wait, what's the plan? As Ant gets covered, she's like, what the fuck is going on? Did you come in? And then she again covers, she's like, I hope y'all know what the fuck you're doing. So this is going to be interesting.
God damn it.
We get back up to you, Caravine. Your turn. You are surrounding Ant. You are surrounded by ants. You surrounding Ant, and you're surrounded by ants.
Correct. You know, I'm reading the description for living armor, and it says I'm unable to use powers.
Oh,
Yeah,
So I guess we
glad you
just
caught
jump
that.
in.
I didn't catch
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
I guess we just jump in, and we divide the damage 3 ways.
Oh
So
God.
there's like two
So
Grant
types of
you
doesn't even
armor.
take
jumped in not
falling damage, so it'll
teleporting?
be fine. It'll be fine. Grant does not
Okay.
take falling damage.
All right. Grant is going to absorb half of the initial damage from hitting the rest. Yes, Grant, you will not take any of the damage, but half of the damage that would have been inflicted on you, Grant, had you not been immune to falling damage, will go to the person you're surrounding. So, in the rules, under falling damage, I don't know if you all looked at it, but
I did.
200 foot is a long distance. If you fall 200 feet, 100 to 250 feet, which is long, then you suffer a critical wound, which is 5 hit points. But that is going to be reduced to 3 for you, Carvine, and then it's going to be reduced to 1 for Ant.
And the
So
mushrooms heal like a D10 plus 1 each, so mushroom solves the issue.
oh,
Holy
actually,
fuck.
back up. You are in fluidic form, Grant, which means you cannot use your other powers. So it means you are not immune
I mean, like
to fall.
after they. Oh, right. Yeah.
So you suffer a critical wound, 5 hit points of damage, and you're
Or is
stunned
this?
for the next round.
Okay. That's fine. I still have mushrooms. It'll be fine.
Think about, folks, the reason that I said you can't use your powers in fluidic form. There are some powers that would basically allow you to make somebody invincible.
Yeah.
You could be immutable and fluidic. You could surround them, become immutable, where you can't be damaged, and then they could just be walking around with invincible armor. Yeah.
Oh, I'm loving
So,
this. This is
so
so
there have
funny.
to be controls, which the control is you can't use your powers to prevent ridiculous, crazy shit from happening. Now, if somebody wants to homebrew up a character who can be living armor and flaming living armor or immutable living armor or something like that, that'd be cool as like a boss that you will have to fuck with or something. But yeah, you don't want that
Mm,
because you don't want to use it against you. All right, so you'll be stunned in addition to taking 5 hit points of damage. That means you will not get to act next round as you took this massive amount of damage. Thankfully, you did reduce it to 3 hit points for Carvine, only 1 as you hear Ant kind of, oh, fuck. Oh, that was crazy.
What kind of plan was
As
that?
kind of holding her arm as it's your turn, Gene, and you're now about halfway down watching this happen. So
Eat the mushrooms.
I promise, Nat, they're okay, and they usually think a lot clearer than this. Carbine owns a business.
that's awesome. Okay, as that's going to be. Whew. Gene, your turn spent flying down. You get halfway. Grant, it's your turn. You're stunned. You can't do anything this turn. You are just overwhelmed with pain, and you're like a bunch of your ants got smushed. And as that weird power fades and you return to your normal form, it's taking you a while to gather yourself, and you just can't do anything this turn. All right, Nat is calling down like, I hope she's okay. That was ridiculous. Fuck, Ant. Uh, as Anne emerges from this mass, and she's holding her arm. She's like, I'm all right. Hurt a little bit. Fucking weirdos. As it comes back up to your turn, Carbine. Now, I need all of y'all to roll a D100.
God dang it. It's not over.
I
No,
thought
it's
the
not.
200 feet was the final boss.
No, y'all remember there's the third hostage and a third bot that y'all haven't even fucking
20
gotten to.
to 20. I was wondering about that because I was doing the math in my head earlier, and it made sense the first time because we had Armin, the bear, and Isabella. But with Nat, I just knew about Nat and Ant, and then the other one would have just been Sultan and his mom. So I was wondering where the other two folks are going to come from,
Well,
if they're folks.
you know in the debriefing that there are to be 3 hostages and 3 challenges. So far, you've rescued 2. Uh, all right. As let me see what y'all rolled.
Sorry, I forgot to
And
put
we'll
mine in
set up
chat.
the scene. We're gonna go and set up the scene, and then we'll call. And we'll pick up here as the clock. I'll give you all the clock ticks because that was 2 rounds. We got to remember that Gene is only still 100 feet away. So we're gonna put Gene and Ant over there. All right. 69, nice. I gotta drink some water. All right.
Oh, there was something. I know you do. I know you do your own roll to offset everything, but 69 is shroom, right? In the normal list,
Psychedelic.
yeah, unmodified list, the psychedelic.
I think I might make it something more sexy before we publish. Like might move one of the like Charmer, move Charmer there, move a seductive there.
It's gonna be interesting because they're in alphabetical order.
I know we'll change the name of it slightly to make it fit
Yeah.
right. I can. Uh, all right. So now that you find yourself slamming down onto this island, materializing with you on this lone island of the 2, I should say, one of the lone pair. Uh, you made it. You took some damage. Now materializing is apparently your 3rd and final bot with the 3rd and final hostage. And as it materializes, the clock is ticking, and the clock we're going to add is 91.
We're at a minute and a half. Fuck.
92.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Let's see what you see as the bot itself begins to materialize. Oh, first off, it's not just a bot. It's a bot, and it's sitting upon what looks like a hovering craft, and it's in the center, and it's got strapped to the craft as hostage in both Ant and Nat. Oh shit! Misfit! As you see a poor little bound and crated black cat. Apparently, the 3rd hostage is their family cat, who has been grabbed along with them, and they're both Misfit. Please, we gotta get Misfit. And in the back is and sitting at the bot with the crate strapped with the cat in the middle is on their soul-bound mount or
Hell
vehicle
yeah.
is the bot. In addition to that, let's see if you notice anything else off the bat.
No, it's a cat.
You notice it? Oh hell yeah! That'll be a nice surprise. And see if y'all. This is one that you would notice. This bot looks a little bit different. than the others. Doesn't look as solid. Whereas the others seem to be made of solid metal alloy, this looks like mercury that's flowing, as though it's fluidic in nature. Oh man.
We just learned all the
Oh.
specifics on that one. Of course, it could just look fluidic in nature. It could be oozing.
Well, y'all learned about the living armor feature of fluidic. There's only one of the features, so there is another feature. Besides that, as the bot looks down at you, one of its fluidic arms stretches out into a scythe blade. Got about a good 10-foot range on it. As it glares down at you all through its visored face, its ever-moving fluidic body. Think of Terminator. Think of the fluidic Terminator, the cop one, and we hear a bit of a noise, a bit of a sound, some music slowly begin to play in the background as the camera pulls back on this scene. We see flying in Jean, holding on to Nat. Come on, hurry up, get down there. We see picking themselves up off the ground, gathering themselves as Grant, Carbine unfolding himself as they go back to their normal forms. Ant stepping up, holding her arm, sitting on this hovering vehicle in the middle, menacingly holding their scythe-like arm. Strapped to the back is a crate with their family cat pitifully meowing as they're calling out for Misfit. Camera pulls back and we hear wow wow chicka wow wow chicka gets weird now wow wow chicka wow wow chicka gets weird now. Our narrator pipes in as the music begins to play and the camera continues pulling back on this digital scene here. All right, Sweirdos, that's it for this episode of SupPR LA, presented by Super Weird Studios. Thank you to this week's sponsor, Moonglow Cloaks, Don the Glow. Until next Super Sunday, keep it weird, y'all. Wow, wow, chicka, wow, wow. Chicka, gets weird now. Wow, wow. Chicka. Credits begin to flow. People all around the multiverse are sitting back like, shit, that was awesome. Oh, we got to wait a whole week. Like, oh. Tentacled arms are going to change stations. Clawed arms are going to change stations. Some are sitting back and becoming actually the couch themselves as they're watching and tuning in for the next show, produced by Super Weird Studios, as we come to the end of this episode of SupPR LA.
Oh my gosh.
Great session.
It's already over.
We'll
No.
pick up in medias res.